Hi, everyone, and welcome to week 8. This week's topic is about intercultural competence and business. Intercultural competence is a concept that I'm hoping we'll all get to by the end of this course. We're learning right now about how to be self-aware of our culture, how to understand other cultures, but being interculturally competent means that you're able to move across borders and interact with people who are different than you in a competent way that results in successful business interactions. So intercultural competence is one of those kind of global skills that we're hoping to get to by the end of this course. So in this week, we're going to learn a little bit more about that, about intercultural competence. A lot of which we're learning through our discussions and our readings is all about communication. So you'll also find this week is a lot about good business communication that reflects intercultural competence. So let's look at what we're up to this week. We've got our intro video here that we're on right now. Let's look at what our learning objectives are. First of all, we're going to look that you'll be able to, at the end of this week, define intercultural competence, demonstrate some skills needed to work globally, explore strategies about how to do business in another culture. And so those three are really our primary objectives this week. You'll find this week we don't have, following last week where you had your first project worksheet, you'll find the workload isn't too heavy this week. I will encourage you to work ahead a little bit because in week 10, that is the week you will be doing project worksheet 2, which involves more cultural profiling of first of all, picking one culture to work on. Secondly, for your final project. And secondly, you'll be doing a cultural profile, which will take some substantial time. So if you could get started on that this week. The third thing in that project worksheet 2 is you'll need to do an interview. So if you start this week, that'll get you some time to find someone to interview from your country or culture of choice for your final project. And that interview is so valuable. One of the best ways to get to know another culture, to do business in that culture, is to talk to people from that culture. It's really important, and it's really a key skill that you need to have at the end of this course. So let's see. We're done with the intro video. The second thing here are the readings and videos for week 8. We're halfway through the class. We're halfway through the course. So by the end of this week, I'll be posting midterm grades. Please check your midterm grade. Let me know if you have any questions. It's not going to be big news or anything because all of your grades have been posted all along in the gradebook in Talon. But if you have questions or concerns, please do let me know and reach out right away. So this week you'll be reading a couple of chapters in the Globe Smart textbook. They're all about interpersonal skills. And the first one is about establishing credibility and feedback. Really two foundational skills that you need. Feedback, is just something that is really a cultural thing. And you'll find out that in different cultures, people give and receive feedback differently than you do in your own culture, and something to be very aware of, both for your own performance and for those who you may be working with that you need to provide feedback to. And chapter 4 is about obtaining information and evaluating people. So again, a lot about feedback, and that's what our discussion forum will be about this week as well. And then there's a video here for you to watch from Seinfeld, and this resource about doing business in a variety of cultures. That'll be a great resource, again, for your project worksheet 2, which will be due at the end of week 10. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. After the readings, here's the graded discussion on feedback related to chapter 3 of your reading. And then, of course, you'll have your week 8 quiz. So that about does it for week 8. As always, please reach out if you have any questions. I'd be glad to hear from you and talk about what your thoughts are on the class. Have a great week.